What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another show. This time we have Mr. Anime Works on my channel. He brought us a very nice figure, and Mr. Anime Works is someone who does repaints and custom paints on figurines, custom figurines, and all that good stuff. Can you tell me a little bit about you?
Well, I started off as, just normal repaints of anime figurines, mostly Dragon Ball, and then other requests came in. And then I quickly started doing custom statues. So if people would have recommendations, I would do that, resculpt on epoxy glue, so on and so on. And I used to be a collector of statues.
Right, and in this case, well, not only in this case, but you collect a lot of Dragon Ball statues, right?
Yeah, Dragon Ball would be one of my first. Especially, growing up as a kid. I was 13 years old when Goku went Super Saiyan, and I was screaming on top of the couch. Yeah. A lot of people would do that too, I think.
I remember when I was that age, I would sit on the toilet, and then I would do like a Kamehameha while I was on the toilet. And I know it sounds...
The shit didn't explode?
Well, sometimes I did it because the shit didn't explode. I wanted to explode. And my hair. And my stomach.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, right? I mean, who doesn't do the Kamehameha on the toilet? I still do. Anyway,
well... now we know that.
Too much information.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, so follow Mr. Anime Works on his Instagram channel. You can find the link in the description below. For now, we're going to look at this beautiful resin statue of a famous scene in the Dragon Ball Z series, particularly in the Buu Saga, right?
That's correct. Here we have the Skytop Studios Goku versus Majin Vegeta. Personally, one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
Growing up, I remember when everybody was in awe when Vegeta went mad again, when he got like the Majin on his face. And for some reason, the way that he became, it was pure raw hardcore, and that's what we always like. Oh my god,
yeah.
And this scene is where he's duking it out with Goku. It's small, but if you look at all the intricate details that they've put on it, and the facial expressions and the LEDs, it's really, really good.
Yeah, this figure really looks awesome. Well, is it a figure? It's a statue figure. It's a statue.
It's a resin statue.
It's a resin statue.
Yeah.
It's not really a figure. But like you said, it has a lot of details. And it depicts the scene where Goku and Vegeta fight each other. It really shows the dynamics of that.
Yeah, I agree.
That series. Because I remember when I saw like Majin Vegeta fighting with Goku, I remember the animations were really smooth. Where they were kicking each other and punching each other, and well, that's all Dragon Ball, by the way. But it was so smooth and it was crisp. You could really see that the character designs also were quite matured.
I remember those moments when now as a grown-up, or men don't grow up, we just age. A while back, I looked at the Goku versus Frieza battle, and sometimes I was really like, did Frieza had an aneurysm?
Oh yeah.
Or the animations were not crisp. And of course, when you look at this scene, I mean, there are sometimes that Vegeta has like a small defect. If you know what I mean.
Not only Vegeta,
but it's top tier animation for me.
That was
especially if you like the more old school kind of animes.
Yeah, they don't make animations like that anymore.
No, not that fucking.
Oh no! Please, no. Stop oohing. You too, and your daughter, or if you have a daughter,
don't do that.
No, please,
no.
Stop that. But yeah, animations like that, they don't make that like that anymore.
I'm old school, man.
I could still watch this scene and and repeat it 3 to 5 times,
Yeah.
and still enjoy myself. You know, it's that good.
I completely agree with you. I
Yeah.
mean, this is one of the, you know, everybody talks about, you know, oh, Goku versus Frieza,
Yeah.
or Gohan versus Cell was also a really great
Yeah.
battle. But I don't know if you see like two people who were rivals, you know, they go towards a friendship, and then they start fighting again, but not to, I would say, kill each other, but just to make a point, like, I'm stronger than you.
Yeah.
So that combativeness, that rivalry will thrive throughout, as
Yeah.
we have seen now, you know, Dragon Ball Super, where, you know, there's only one dude who's always one step ahead, you know. Goku's only that one step ahead, but in my opinion, Vegeta has a lot more character.
Yeah, I agree with you. Vegeta has he has a lot more, like, how do you call it, character development also. You know, Goku,
Yeah.
he feels the same in the Frieza saga and in the Buu saga, but Vegeta has changed a lot.
Yeah.
Through all those sagas. You know, he used to be a villain. Then he used to be well,
That's true.
not quite a friend, but he's part of the family.
Yeah, I definitely really think that if Goku and Vegeta didn't have that rivalry, they would both not get as strong as they were today.
They need each other to become
Yeah.
stronger.
Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely. And this really
Yeah.
captures that moment perfectly. You see with the rotating energy pieces, and you know the energy particles that come off from the energy ball. Everything, you know, for really like a pretty small statue. I mean, they've captured it perfectly.
Yeah.
The expressions, the tours on the body, the tours in the clothing, and you know, all these little details. It's what really, you have regular figurines,
Yeah.
you have statues, PVC statues,
Yeah.
and then for one reason you have resin statues.
Yeah.
And these studios, man, they really, in terms of detail wise, and you know, capturing that perfect moment where people like me enjoy, because I always say, you're not collecting figurines or statues, you're collecting memories of stuff that you like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
You too. But anywho, so that for me, this is one of those things.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
you just made a very good point. If you would buy a figurine, like a PVC figurine, right? Then it will never have the same level of detail as a resin statue. If I look at Goku and Vegeta in the statue, you can see the texture on the clothes. You can see the muscle fibers. And look at how small they are. All the detail is there. Also in the hair, all the little strands in the hair is visible. And well, another thing, all these energy beams, right? And this energy ball in the middle, you cannot do that with PVC in the same way.
Yeah, I agree. And you know, like I said, this is like a relatively small studio.
Yeah.
If you have like really like the big boys, you know, like Tume Art or KD Collectibles, Last Sleep, Prime One.
Yeah.
I mean, they're artists in their own right. They make such a nice statues, you know, everything. It's just like the whole package.
Yeah.
From the moment it arrives at your door, with boxes too big, or maybe you can put a kid in it.
Yeah.
But the whole process from getting it to your door, eventually the assembling, and you know, having it on your shelf, man, it's a totally different ball game. Like you're ripping open a little package and you're just sitting on it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
the most figures are indeed like that.
Yeah.
As you know, if
agree.
you've watched my channel, and it's an experience.
Yeah,
And it's-
definitely is.
You also the weight of a resin statue. This is like Mr. Anime Works has said. It's a relatively small statue,
Yeah,
but it has weight to it. You can feel like if you would carry this, it's like carrying a big rock, you know, or a stone, or how do you call that? Like it's not plastic, right? So that's really nice. The experience of building it or assembling it is very nice, and then eventually just putting it on the shelf and looking at it. This one has, by the way, a lighting system. You get a nice little remote, and then you can turn it on like this, and it has different lighting effects on it,
Yeah.
like at different modes. It can pulse.
You can both say you can do
Yeah.
it speed it up or
Yeah.
go slower. So yeah, those are really some cool features. And
Yeah.
I have a small request on my side, for the studios, all studios, a manual would be very, very welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're just fiddling like for half an hour before you can see like, oh, there's the hole.
Yeah, and then well, in this case, this does not come with a manual, right?
No.
No. So you have to find out yourself where everything goes, and you can be sweating yourself to pieces.
Yeah.
To find the right hole. Not that kind of hole, you dirty bastard. But
I'm dirty minded.
oh yeah, I'm also dirty minded. Yeah, have you seen my videos with Grisa, where I lick her? Oh, okay, no. Well, you should watch.
Well, we're live.
But yeah, so it's really nice. This is more than just a statue, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
How big is this? So
Let's see. It's like 40 centimeters.
yeah, that's like 15 inches.
Yeah, give or take.
around that,
and
yeah.
it's 30 centimeters high.
Yeah,
So I'm guessing that would be like
11 inches.
11 inches. And then wide, it would be like 20 centimeters.
Oh yeah, so around 7, 8.
Yeah, something like that. So this is perfect, for on a desk.
Yeah.
Or if you just want something really cool, maybe if your wife lets you, you can put it in the living room or somewhere in a corner or, on a shelf.
Yeah,
Whatever.
And and because it's so small, you can find a spot for it somewhere. Like if you would have the bigger sized version of this, that would be like this big. How are you going to find space for that? All right. So what else can we say about this figure?
Well, one word. Awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, I think this is that moment where, Vegeta went, "What, Cloud? Are you feeling humiliated? Is that it?
I think we have a new Vegeta voice actor.
Chris, I'm coming after your job." No, I'm just kidding.
No, he's not.
No,
kidding.
respect to the
Yeah.
one and only.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. So, yeah, I think this was a very nice showcase of this resin statue, right?
Yeah.
And if you like what you see, give this video a like. Give a comment on what kind of statues you collect or what kind of statues you want to collect.
Yeah, I would like to know that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more reviews, overviews like this one. And don't forget to follow Mr. Anime Works on Instagram.
The link would be in the description. And I would really appreciate if people would take the time, just to see what I do. If you like it, you're welcome. If not, hey, somebody else will.
Yeah.
So
Always.
from my end, thank you for watching. And thank you for having me on the channel.
No problem. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
And I will see you in the next video.
Later.
Later.